In this video, I'm going to share with you how to sanitize a RV water tank and the entire water system. My name's Jesse, and you're watching Outside is Calling.
Intro video.
We spent 3 months down in Panama, we've been visiting family in Florida, and we actually haven't been using the RV very much. So the tank, the water in the tanks has been kind of stagnant, kind of sitting in here for a while. So there's a good chance that there's maybe some algae or some other funky stuff that's been growing in our tank. For sanitizing our water storage system, we'll be using Purigene. What's great about Purigene, and it is a chlorine, but it's a chlorine dioxide. And so if you use chlorine, which is just fine, you can do that, but chlorine it has a strong flavor, strong taste, and so it requires a lot of extra cleaning to get that taste and that kind of funky flavor out of your water. What's nice with this chlorine dioxide, you know, it's actually a very mild taste, and when you mix it at the right amounts, you don't taste it at all. Way better than iodine or chlorine or other types of products you could use to clean out your water. For those of you new to the channel, we share all kinds of information about Adventurous Family Travel. We've got some videos about Panama travel, about traveling down in Baja, Mexico. We've been on the road now for almost 2 years, and we love all the adventures we have. So if you want to know more about us and our travels, check out outsideiscalling.com, and in the About Us section you can find out more about us. But this video is about cleaning our water tank, so let's get to it. There is one other video you might want to check out, and that's a video I did recently about our RV water filtration system that totally gives us peace of mind that we have healthy, quality drinking water wherever we go. And so be sure to check out that video if you're interested in water filtration. But in this video, we are doing water sanitation. We're going to sanitize our water storage system. So we have Purigene and we have lemon juice, aka citric acid. You can actually find citric acid powder some places, but I couldn't find it at the store, and this will work just fine. So the directions call for ½ a teaspoon of citric acid for every ounce of Purigene. So essentially, this 32 ounces of Purigene is enough for 96 gallons of water. We have 100 gallons. I'm hoping we're close enough. We do want to fill the tank up all the way. That way the solution can sanitize the entire tank. There's a chance we do have one more bottle of Purigene. There's a chance we won't have a strong enough solution. If that's the case, we'll add more to it. But I'm gonna try and just use this one bottle here for 100 gallons, and hopefully we're close enough. We have test strips to verify if we are, you know, at the right, the mixture of solution here. So one key thing that the instructions say is once we add the Purigene and the citric acid together, we're gonna let it sit for 5 minutes in our pitcher, but it says do not inhale the fumes. So I'm sure whatever chemical reaction is taking place, the off-gassing is something you don't want to breathe. So we're gonna very carefully add these two together, and once they have sat for 5 minutes, we'll put it into our RV water tank, and then we'll fill the tank all the way up. Oh, it smells so good.
Goodness.
Okay, all right, we're gonna add this together. Does this need to be, oh, it's already open, there we go. Okay. I wonder if it matters which one you add in here first.
Okay, so it says you add the Purigene first and then the citric acid.
And then the acid, okay, all right. This is important whenever you're doing stuff with, like, you know, caustic acids and stuff. You always want to, there's a certain procedure, a certain process of which one goes before the other, with like water and acid, acid and water. And so this is one of those things I've learned. Sometimes the order you do it is important. So in this case, Purigene first, and then acid. Well, if we blow ourselves up, at least we'll have a good video.
Who's gonna post it?
I don't know. Whoever finds this.
The all for naught.
Has a chlorine smell.
Oh my gosh.
It's not the fumes. This is 30 bucks a bottle, so you don't want to waste it, that's for sure. Okay, hold on.
Did we get this from Dave and Tracy?
Yeah, this is from the, oh yeah, side note, this is from the RV water filter store. It's rvwaterfilterstore.com. Dave and Tracy are friends of ours. We met them during the making of a movie last year, and they are such cool people.
Oh my gosh, they're so much fun. They're good people. What?
I don't want to be downwind of it when you mix it.
Oh, then stand over here.
But yeah, just to make sure, if you guys need some Purigene, check them out. In fact, Dave even has his phone number on the website, and he's a super valuable resource if you have any questions about this, about water filtration, anything about making clean water and essentially making your RV ready to go with clean water. So I'm gonna get out of the downwind area. I'm going upwind. We're going to add this, wait for 5 minutes, and then we'll start putting this into our tank. To our beautiful model. Alright, so it's been 5 minutes. At this point, the chemical reaction has taken place between the purigine and the citric acid that's in our lemon juice. So now we're going to put this guy into our RV water tank and fill the tank up. And somebody emptied the entire jar of citric acid instead of half the jar.
Somebody didn't tell me otherwise.
So hopefully the chemical reaction or process is, maybe it's extra strong, I don't know. I'm gonna get a hose, rinse all this off.
Yes. Oh, he fancy.
All right, so now just our regular water is going through our filtration system, which goes into our water tank this way. We'll know the water tank is full when the water essentially comes out of our upper vent here.
So when it starts to trickle, we know to stop.
Yeah.
And we should probably move the keys before we get them wet again.
Yeah. It won't come out that fast, but yeah.
Someone watered the keys.
Why'd you do that, Jenny? I have to do everything myself around here. All right, we're filling our tank. We're just waiting now for our tank to get full, and we'll go inside for the next part. Oh, now you're recording sideways.
How did I do that?
All right, so now we're filling our tank up. Once the water comes out of our upper vent area, we'll know our tank is full. We'll go inside for the next part. This is our water filter system from the RV water filter store, and I actually have another video all about the system, the different elements we use, and how we obtain clean drinking water wherever we go. So check that out if you're interested in knowing about making your water clean as you travel. All right, I'm not sure if you can hear this bubbling and the gurgling, but that's essentially our water tank is now filled, and we have the last little bit of air coming out of our water filler tube over here. So I'm gonna go turn off the water and we'll head inside. All right, so one last important thing to share with you guys. The way I'm able to fill our water tank through this system, this is essentially the city water nozzle where it usually just goes straight to your outlets. I have a bypass valve here. It goes direct to our tank. I turn off our water pump, open this valve, and we can go right into our water tank through here. I'm gonna close this valve now, turn the water pump back on, it'll pressurize, and now we are isolated from this water source. We're just now using only the tank's water, and that's important. In fact, I'll go ahead and disconnect this hose. Watch what we're gonna spray. Oh, not my bad. Okay, so now we have no city water. We're using only the water from our tank, which has the chemicals in it. So now we're going to go inside and run some of that water through all of our lines to treat the inside pipes. All right, so let's start off with what we have here for testing our chemical solution. All right, as you saw outside, there's a very imprecise picture and the process of adding the chemicals. We want to make sure that this is an effective sanitizing process, and so we have some tools here that'll help us figure that out. This came in the mail from RV Water Filter Store, same folks that do the water filters. They're the folks we got our purigine solution from, as well as some testing strips. They're a great resource if you have questions or need any of the stuff you see in the video we're using today. Here are our new RV water filters. We have a sediment filter, a carbon filter, and a KDF GAC filter. That is all covered in the other video I mentioned about our water filtration system, so check that out. What is important in here is these oxy sticks. We're going to use these oxy sticks to test our water and make sure that it actually has the right amount of the purigine, the chlorine dioxide, is at the appropriate level to sanitize our system. You can see on the chart here, we're going to use these sticks and then measure on that chart to see just how much of the chemical is in our system. You probably don't want to go too crazy, but my thought would be like more is better than not enough. Because if you don't have enough, you're not going to do an adequate cleansing of your system. All right, so we'll come out of these in just a minute, but first let's go over to our sink. So the city water's turned off, and at this point we have our water pump on, and this water is coming directly from our water tank. However, there's a pipe, there's a line here going to the tank, and that water is currently coming out in that line is old water. Everywhere we have water come out, we need to turn that on and pump the treated water through it. So this is probably, we're probably 10 or 15 feet away from the tank, so I'm gonna turn this on for maybe 30 seconds. And after pumping an adequate amount of water through here, I'll be comfortable that we have the chemical coming through here. We're gonna use those test strips to confirm that here in just a minute. So I'm trying to clean our water system, and Jenny's busy trying to clean our shower.
Look, I don't like wasting water. So this stuff requires water to get cleaned off. It's a win-win.
What is that?
It's just foam cleaner.
Clorox?
For our shower. So you leave it on for 30 seconds. Okay, this stuff is amazing. For those of you who need it, we get soap scum like, whoa. You spray this on, and then you rinse it off. That's it. You don't scrub, nothing. And it smells good.
We're also in an enclosed environment right now, and if this reacts with the chemicals in the Purigine, well, it's been nice knowing you.
The first little bit won't have the Purigine in it. Remember? That's what you said anyway.
All right, so one important thing to think about here, we have hot and cold water in the shower, so we need to run a good amount of water through the cold and the hot side. If we were to only run the cold water, for example, then the hot water piping would have, wouldn't get this treatment that we have in our water. So you have to do cold and hot.
Look at that, amazing.
All right, so she's getting that last part of our water system flushed out. Again, hot, cold water at the sink as well, so I made sure, and I ran for about, it was actually about a minute on the hot, a minute on the cold, and also through our small little drinking water. At this point, we're going to get out some test strips. So we've got our Oxy Sticks by Biocide International. This is also from the RV Water Filter Store. And this is how we're going to test our water to ensure we have, essentially to ensure the chemical process is taking place. Okay, here we go. All right, so I have my Oxy Sticks ready. We're going to test. I think what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna use our hot water to test. You're sideways. All right guys, so I have my Oxy Stick, and this is going to test again the amount of, what's it called, dioxide?
Purigine?
Chlorine dioxide, or yeah, Purigine. It's going to test the amount of Purigine in the system and ensure we have enough Purigine to treat this system. Also, one thing to think about, we have hot and cold water here. So the cold water comes directly from our tank. The hot water has to go to our hot water heater in the back of the RV and come back. So I think I'm going to choose to test the hot water side. It's not actually hot. The hot water is turned off, but I'll use that line to test because that's like the longest running line to get to the back of the RV and back to here. That way I know I pushed all the old water out and I have the new treated water throughout the system. So let's test out the hot water in the kitchen.
You think you ran it long enough?
Let's go a little longer.
Put it on the other one. Yeah.
All right, it's raining outside. There's a hurricane coming. Hopefully you can hear me okay. Let's test out our water. Let's get about 47 and a half. About 47 and a half out of 50. Looks like we're just a hair shy of 50. I'm gonna call that good enough because I don't want to go back out there and mix more solution and fill it up. Yeah, that's gonna be plenty. And at this point, we now know that our system has been, we have chlorine dioxide coming out of our system from the hot water side, mind you. And now it states on the Purigine, it states that now we just have to let it sit for an hour. So the directions say let it sit for an hour, but I think we're gonna give it a few hours, maybe even overnight, depending on the weather. And then later tonight or tomorrow, we'll drain the system safely. Make sure you don't dump this out near by any lakes, ponds, rivers, streams, any water sources, because this will kill fish. You're sideways again. For those of you new to our channel, thanks for dropping in. I hope this helps you. And if you like it, check out some of our other videos. Our channel is all about adventurous family travel. We like to share all the tips and tricks we learn as we've been doing this. We've got some great videos. We went down to Panama, lived in Panama for a few months. We went down to Baja, Mexico, all across the North Pacific, down to Florida, in between. And so we got kind of some videos all across the board that you might be interested in. As I said before, if you want to know more about us or more about some of this stuff, check out outsideiscalling.com. We have a lot of stuff on there for you to check out. I'm curious if any of you guys have done something similar to an RV or a water system of your own. This seems to be a pretty safe way to make sure we have clean water, but I'm sure there's other ways to do this, so please let us know if you know of any ideas. For those of you that have questions or are unsure about this process, drop those questions down below in the comments. I'd love to help you out and help you get your RVs or whatever you have cleaned up so you have clean drinking water. I have another great video here you might want to check out. It's interesting. It's about our water filtration system. Check that out, and we'll see you next time.